to the students, and our club is very, very significant in doing for the children education and health wise. So this is what is our project, sir. Dr. Swaminathan, so nice to see you, sir. Second time we are meeting you, but
Yes,
this
yes.
time I'm meeting you virtually. Last time I remember minus into minus is plus. You did it very easily, and you connected to the life of common thing. You know, even maths is connected to that. So I remember it. Even I use that one to my children, my students also.
So
So I'm
nice.
so
Wonderful.
happy. Yes, sir, I'm so happy. So this time also we will have so many takeaways with math, science, and something geography. Everything we will have. So very nice to see you, sir. Very nice to meet you. So I will not take much time. So I want to hear from our chief guest. So over to you. And I warmly welcome Dr. Swaminathan once again, sir, for this wonderful session. Thank you so much. Over to you. Over to you, my moderator.
All right, thank you very much, madam, for your usually spectacular speech. So we'll go over to Rotary now to introduce our special guest for today. Rotary now, kindly introduce this special guest for us. Thank you very much.
Good evening to all my Rotary family, Rotary Club of Lagos Pamguru Estate, my Rotarian brothers and friends, and also to our Brahma Kumari members to this wonderful session. Today I have the privilege, and I call it as my humble privilege, to introduce to you a very eminent personality by the name of Dr. E. Swaminathan. Dr. E. Swaminathan is also a Rotarian from Rotary Club of Nerul, District 3104. Kindly mute everybody else, please. Please. Thank you. So let me say this: Dr. E. Swaminathan is also a member of Rotary Club of Nerul, and also a doctorate in emotional and quantum intelligence. So today, when he is talking about this topic that we have given him, that he is speaking about, he is talking with a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge behind him. So I believe every word he says should be listened with a lot of intent and a lot of focus. Just to give you a brief, he has a huge history, a long history of and a long background career in giving out such kind of discourses. But just to give you a few highlights about his career, Dr. Swaminathan has been awarded with the Sunrise Peace Award by the Sunrise Peace Mission. He has been honored by the Rotary Club with the award of commendable, sir. Has a unique distinction of conducting trainings at the highest battlefield of the world at SBS, which is the Siachen Battle School at India-Pakistan-China border. Amazing, sir. He also has appeared for numerous television talk shows which are being aired for the Awakening and Peace of Mind channels. He has trained students at IITs, Kharagpur, Mumbai, Kanpur. IITs are like MITs of America. So these are very prestigious institutions. And talking at that platform, it's amazing that we have such an eminent personality over here with us. He also coaches and guides students for PhD who are doing their PhD training. So he comes from that background. Huge amount of training modules, emotional engineering, make mind your first friend, diluting stress, total quality of life. What here, and I need to give this podium to Dr. E. Swaminathan to please give us your insight for today's topic, sir. You're most welcome. And on behalf of Rotary Club of Lagos and Brahma Kumaris, I heartily welcome you, sir. Please. Thank you.
Can I start? So,
yes,
namaskar, and good afternoon and good evening. I understand it's good afternoon in Lagos. It's good evening, 9 o'clock here in Bharat. There could be some good morning and some good night in some Rotary meeting across the globe, because we Rotarians, the whole world is a very beautiful global family. So most respected Honorable Host President Rotarian Chandran Nalode ji, Rotarian Prince ji, thanks Rotarian Kunal ji for introducing me, all my Rotarian friends from Rotary Club of Lagos, Palm Grove Estate, Sister Gautami ji from the Brahma Kumaris Vidyalaya, and my dear wonderful sweet friends. Great pleasure to meet all of you. At the outset, I would love to thank Rotarian Chandra ji for being so kind enough to remember me in this particular meeting. And naturally, this year's theme is Rotary opens new opportunities. And although there is a corona situation across the globe, but one of the opportunity that I've been seeing for the last 6 months is a very wonderful connect, a heart-to-heart connect with Rotarians across the globe. So that is a very beautiful opportunity wherein I can see this. Otherwise, previously pre-COVID situation, physically you have to be here. But when I'm meeting my Rotarian friends from Lagos, it reminds me of a 1-year journey back wherein I had been to your club. I had been to this wonderful country of Nigeria, particularly the economic capital of Lagos. And the most important thing which I found was, a very wonderful, beautiful, harmonious equation between these two wonderful, beautiful countries of Nigeria and India. We share a very beautiful equation. We share a very wonderful relationship. Coupled with this relationship, we are also bonded towards each other by the Rotary. And therefore, it gives us a new meaning of the topic which you have suggested. It's all about emotional connectivity. That's what is very, very important. So it's 9 o'clock here in India. So I'll just take around 30 to 35 minutes interacting with all of you. And I'll also be very happy, my dear Rotarian friends, if you can, chat with me as we go ahead in this beautiful journey. Okay, so allow me to share screen. Yes, you have already given me the permission. Thank you very much. Yeah. So this is the topic that we'll be discussing today. It's all about emotional stability. If you can see the screen, can you raise up your hand so that I can, thank you. Rotarian Jenaji, thank you very much. Thanks, Prince. Thanks, Rotarian Prince Ji. Thank you very much. Wonderful. So this is a topic for today, emotional stability. My dear friends, I'm interacting with all of you from India, and I'm in the southern part of India. That's called as God's own country, Kerala. So some of you might have heard of this particular state. It's in the southernmost part of India. So it's a beautiful place full of wonderful nature. And this is a place which is very close to my residence, home sweet home. This place is called as Alappuzha, right? It is one of the backwaters of Kerala, where there's a very wonderful confluence between the ocean and the river. So many tourists across the globe, they come here. And they hire these kind of boats for a day, maybe 1 week, or some take it for 1 month also. And they have a very wonderful, experience of peace, tranquility, serenity of the nature. So I'm very close to this place where I'm interacting with all of you. Now, many tourists across the globe, they come to this place to enjoy the peace and tranquility. And some of them, they also go to the north part of India. Now that's a state which is called as Uttarakhand, and there is a place which is called as Rishikesh. Now I'll show you that slide. Yes, this place is in the north of India, Rishikesh. And here many tourists, they come here for adventure sports, which is called as river rafting. Okay, now, if you look at the emotional condition of we people pre-COVID, we were all in a comfort zone, enjoying our life, a lot of peace and tranquility in general. But after the post-COVID, we have landed up in this. Oh, beautiful music. Wonderful. Thank you. Yeah. So post-COVID situation, we can see this as an adventure where there is so much of dynamic situation. Things are very, very fluid. We do not know what is going to happen at the next minute. Why have we shown you this photographs is there are many tourists across the globe who come to Rishikesh for river rafting. And for them, it's kind of an adventure sports. So I would love to congratulate all Rotarian across the globe, our beautiful Rotarian family, where we have been experiencing this kind of an adventure in our own quantum, in our own measurement, right? So if you look at the emotions that is prevailing right now, what are the emotions that is prevailing right now? Emotion basically is defined as E plus motion. My dear friends, it's an energy in motion. It's emotion actually means energy in motion. So what is the energy that is right now available? The three most common emotions: my interaction with the people of India and my interaction with some of the people across the globe in this post-COVID situation. The three most common emotions that people are experiencing in general. Okay, number one is lots of fear and worry is there. Maybe it may change. There may be some variations from country to country, but basically in India, there is a lot of fear and worry. Number two, there is a lot of anger and anxiety also. Now, this is another emotion that we are seeing. And the third one is there's a lot of insecurity, and maybe people around the globe, when I interact with my Rotarian friends, there is a feeling of helplessness that is coming in. So these are the three most common emotions. Now, having said this, life is a question of choice. Life is a question of options. In fact, your Rotary Club had an option whether to invite Swaminathan or not. You were too kind enough, madam, to give me the space and time. But when this invitation reached Swaminathan, I also had a choice whether to join you because it is late today evening. But it's a question of options. It's a question of choice. But we were happy meeting each other. Life is a question of options. Life is a question of choice. My dear friends, I'll give you two options. And since I know Rotarian friends across the globe are very, very buddhishali. Buddhishali is an Hindi word. The English translation is very, very intelligent. All of you agree with me, Rotarian friends? Please raise up your hands if you are very buddhishali. Oh, buddhishali means intelligent. And I have visited so many Rotary clubs in India, and these people are absolutely great. So I'm going to give you two options, and I'm sure since all of you are intelligent Rotarian friends, you will choose the right option. So listen to these two options. The first option is, yes, there is so much of an emotional instability. There's so much of a problem all outside. The first option is, okay, I take my mind. The first option is when all these external emotions become okay, then I'll bring my mind to a state of peace and stability and thereby happiness. When all these situations across becomes okay, then I'll bring my mind to a state of peace, stability, and peace and stability equal to happiness. Okay, that's the first option. Second option is, listen to it very carefully, friends. If I bring my mind to a state of peace, stability, thereby happiness, I get the inner strength to manage all these challenges that is outside. Option number two, if I bring my mind to a state of peace, stability, and thereby happiness, I get the inner strength to manage all the challenges that is there outside. Which is a better option? Option one or option two? Put it on the chat. Put it on the chat. If you do not know how to operate the chat, you ask your young fellows, your young kids. They'll be too technically competent to give you training and tuitions. Which is the right option? Option one or option two? Can I request you to write whether which is the right option? Option one or option two? Please, can you use the chat and write down? Which is the correct option? Option one or option two? Hey, somebody should write now, Baba. Are you comfortable using the chat? I'm not able to get even one answer. Thanks. Thanks, Rotarian Jenna. We started. Option number two. Rotarian Chandraji, please take some tuitions on how to use a Zoom and how to use a chat. Because it could be new for all of us, yeah? To be very honest. 6 months before, I never have heard of Zoom, Cisco, WebEx. Then you have, so many platforms, Google Meet, this. Slowly and gradually we're learning. Thanks. We have got from Rotarian Ranjana also, that's option number 2. And that is the correct option. If I bring my mind to a state of peace and stability, I get the inner strength to manage the external challenges. And this could be a hypothesis, my dear friends. Maybe what I request my Rotarian friends is for the next 24 hours, can you explore this hypothesis? Can you experiment it? And then can we all experience it? This is very, very important. So let me share this slide with all of you, and you have chosen the right option. Correct. Yes. If I am peaceful and stable, I can heal myself and thereby make this world a better place to live. That's very, very important, my dear friends, right? The best graduation degree in life. Till now, we have been giving a degree of BE, BTech, BPharm, BCom, BBA, so many degrees. But the 6 months of the experience that the small invisible virus gave to all of us, and being a teacher, I would admit it with all total honesty, the best graduation degree in life is be calm, be cool, and be cheerful. That's very important. We have no other option, my dear friends. The best graduation degree. The schools are all closed here in India, and we are not very sure when it's going to open. I'm happy. Rotarian Chandraji was telling that hopefully in Nigeria, it opens next week. I had a chance. I was there for approximately 3 weeks in Lagos and Nigeria last June, July. I had visited some of the schools and universities in Nigeria. Wonderful students, beautiful people, right? And just imagine the situation here in India. Last 6 months, the students are missing their school, they're missing the teachers, and they're missing they're missing that wonderful, beautiful, emotional environment. So maybe this degree was what is very, very important. This is a very wonderful person in India, late Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir. He was a great scientist. He passed away in the year 2015. Whatever I'm going to speak about emotions is a part of this wonderful research. And this research was jointly done by the DRDO. The full form of DRDO stands for Defense Research Development Organization, and the Global Hospital. A hospital which is run by a spiritual organization, which is called as the Brahma Kumaris Vidyalaya. So whatever I'm speaking to you on emotional empowerment is not just Google search engine. It's a part of a very authenticated, well-researched topic. You can find some of the details of this particular presentation in www.3dhealthcare.org. And I've been a part of this global hospital where we went on to find out the emotional strength and did a little bit of research, the most stressed out professions of India. That is the police forces, the paramilitary forces, and the military forces. And I'm very happy to share with you, my dear friends, that last time when I had come to Nigeria, myself and Gautami Behan, Gautami's sister from Lagos, we were invited by your Nigerian Police Academy. And we had this unique honor of going to Nigerian Police Academy and share to them about the research that we did on what is basically emotional empowerment. Now, why this focus on emotional empowerment took place in the paramilitary and military forces in India? There have been cases of fratricide. Now, fratricide is an English word wherein a Jawan or a police personnel with his own gun starts killing his own colleagues and buddies. So you actually give him the skills and training how to use an AK-47 or an AK-56. But if you don't make his emotions stable, right, the same weapon which was used for safety and protection can sometimes become very, very lethal. And the colleague may not be actually responsible. He's carrying all the amount of stress that might have happened in the family, etc. Now, post-COVID situation. Now, that's very interesting, my dear friends. Till now, many people, trainers who work on psychology, etc., have always been recommending that if you have to manage your emotional stability, you need to have a communication with your family members. And they always used to suggest that we need to spend time with the family. Now, this was a common suggestion given to in general people by the doctors, by the psychologists, by the trainers. But post-COVID situation, if you look at the general scenario, people have been staying with the family members together for the last 6 months, And surprisingly, if you look at the statistics, domestic violence has increased. I'm speaking about across the globe. Domestic violence, marital conflict, divorces, depression, anger, and so much of problems have started. Now, this small invisible virus has shaken us and awakened us to a very beautiful reality. That it's not just staying close, but staying close, the family members should also be in a state of emotional stability. Conditions apply. Pre-COVID situation, we were never making the statement. We only said that spend time with the family members, communicate, etc., etc. But post-COVID, we are telling that because we have been staying together. And this is the study that has come. Staying together, but with conditions that family members should be in emotional stability. That's very, very important, my dear friends. So, extreme level of stress, what has been observed is, stress is never a skill-based problem. See, Zoom, I may not be able to use it. Some of the online, I may not be use it. Slowly and gradually, you and me will learn it. Maybe you will take 1 week, I will take 1 year to learn. That's okay. That's absolutely okay. But stress, when you speak, it's actually emotional discomfort. And stress is defined as outer pressure divided by inner coping ability. And any form of emotional stress, the equation remains the same when the outer pressure is more than my inner coping ability. When the outer pressure, right, when it is more than my inner coping ability. So my dear friends, we have been speaking about this dialogue for the last 15 years. But some other way, people have not been able to understand this when it comes down to emotions. But post-COVID situation, there could be a terrific difference of opinion among the doctors, among the paramedical staff, people like us, that how do you tackle this COVID situation? Some people say you have to use a mask. Some people say do not use the mask. Some people use, say, ginger. You take ginger and you take haldi, you take turmeric. Some people say you take malarial tablets. Absolutely confusion. And this confusion is very much accepted because, see, this is something new for every one of us. So let us give the benefit of doubt to everyone and appreciate what is happening good. But I'll tell you one thing, my dear friends. Doctors across the globe, including WHO, agrees to one fact. That is, the coronavirus, if it comes to you, if your immunity power is strong, in Hindi we call it as Sharir ka Pratirodhak Shakti. The virus is going to come, but if your immunity power is strong, the virus will come, say hello, good morning, namaskar, and then very lovingly it will go away, making you more strong. And that is what is something called as a plasma research. That's very, very interesting. It's the same logic which people have accepted today applies for emotions also. Till now, you and me felt that the outside people, he, she, children, are causing me emotional distress. Yes, they could be catalyst. They could be trigger events. But we have seen in our research that the situation remaining the same, some people are very cool, calm, stable. Some people are very, very hyperactive. Situation remaining the same. It means the situation is not the problem. We need to work out how we respond and react to a situation. That is important. So just like the physical body requires an immunity, my dear friends, at the mental and emotional level also, we have no other choice but to make ourselves very strong and powerful. So whatever I'm speaking to you based upon this wonderful, beautiful research done by late Dr. Kalam sir and others also. So one of the best technique that we speak about this is meditation. Meditation has come from the Latin word medere, which means to heal yourself. My dear Rotarian friends, treatment is at the physical level. What people require now is at the healing, at the mental and emotional level, because the whole family is facing the battle together. I asked my father, who is 84 years of age and with a military background. So I asked my father, Papa, have you ever seen such a kind of a situation in your lifespan of 84 years? My father, very healthy, wealthy, happy, very strong. He told me, no, Swaminathan, there was some kind of a virus here and there, but it was confined to only a small village or a town. But never have we seen it such an unprecedented situation. And the most important thing is, my papa said, it's all about the media that is bombarding. If you look at the Indian TV channels media, it is like IPL is going at one and another, and every day they give a, kind of a count. Today in Kerala, so many people infected, so many people gone, so many people recovered. My God, this is adding fuel to fire. This is a kind of a situation. In this particular context is what we are prescribing the technique of meditation. And this meditation was actually researched with military, paramilitary forces. I have had a chance to interact with Army, Indian Army, Navy, Air Force, BSF, CRPF, CISF, SSB, CBI, all state police forces, wherein we had gone there and we had explained to them. If time permits, I should have shown you some photographs, but that's not very important. The message is very, very important. So these people are physically very strong, but at the same time, one should be mentally very, very okay. And the concept is of meditation. Usually, I remember last time I had been to Lagos on the invitation of the Indian Embassy on the International Yoga Day. So I was given a chance, thanks to Sister Gautami Behan from the Brahma Kumaris. We went to various radio channels. We went to various television centers in Lagos. So wherever I used to go, people used to ask me a beautiful question. Lagos people, Nigerian people, very sweet people. And they used to ask me the same question, which my friends from India also ask. Swaminathan, is meditation something to do breathing exercise or something to do with physical asanas? Now, that's very, very interesting. See, my dear friends, there is a difference between meditation and physical exercises, which we call it as a yogasanas, correct? But meditation is not, we are not prescribing a physical exercises. In my introduction, Rotarian Kunalji spoke about a unique distinction of conducting a training program at the world's highest battlefield at the India-Pakistan-China border, -53 to -83 degrees centigrade. Now, my dear friends, when I had been there, now you cannot do any physical exercises there because it's sub-zero temperature. And it was at that place we thought that we need to do research of making their mind very, very strong. And doctors do agree to the fact that more than 80% diseases are psychosomatic. Dis-ease, when I'm not ease with myself, I start inviting diseases. So the most important is the technique of meditation, right? So what exactly do we mean by meditation? It's basically management of resources. Which resources are we speaking about? Men, material, money, missionary, methodology. But all these 5M can only be managed when we're able to manage the 6th M, and that's our mind, the most important resource. Einstein was a very great scientist. Years back, he had reported a very beautiful dialogue. And I like this dialogue very much when he said, no problem can be solved from the same consciousness that created it. So if there is any problem, we need to work on the consciousness part of it. And this is a domain where we really, I love to appreciate my Rotarian friends, whether it is Pulse Polio program, whether it's anything, there need to be an awareness. And what is important to solve any problem, the shift of consciousness is required. Okay. Now, what exactly do we mean by consciousness? It's all to do with the mind. So what exactly is a mind? Mind is a team. It is thoughts, it's emotions, it is attitude, and it is memories. If you want to translate it in Hindi, हमारे विचार, हमारी भावनाएं, हमारा दृष्टिकोण और हमारी स्मृतियां. The collective team is very, very important. Rotary projects all across the globe is always a teamwork. It's always a teamwork. But we can only become a good team member when an internal team is synchronized. If there is a conflict in the internal team, you go to any Rotarian club across the globe, there will be always dishum. Yes, you go to Lagos, you come down to my club, District 3140, Nerul, Navi Mumbai. You will see some Rotarian friends always a part of the solution. But I also see some of my Rotarian friends, I don't want to complete that statement, Always dishum, 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 dishum. So as a person who has done research on psychology, when I look at these beautiful Rotarian friends, I do understand. And I've got a lot of empathy towards them. The internal team is in conflict. And it is not that these people are having problem only in the club, wherever they go. But I've seen wonderful Rotarian members. Very cool, very calm. There could be difference of opinion between you and me. If the Rotarian president is telling that, Swami has got every right to say no. But there's a way of telling it. There's a way of telling. I've seen such wonderful Rotarian friends having in the highest post of the government, in the military, but when they retire, they become so humble. They become so polite. The wisdom can be reflected in their personality. And I understand that these Rotarians, when they go back to their home sweet home, they themselves are very stable in their home also, because you carry the same personality profile wherever we go. And it's good to see such wonderful Rotarian friends. So what is important is emotional empowerment is to synchronize our internal team. That's very important. Now, how do we go about it? The good thing. So I would love to tell all our Rotarian friends, the best option right now for emotional empowerment is to make our mind our own best friend. And the most important thing is communicating with the self. Apne aap se baat karna. We have to start communicating first with the self to synchronize our internal team. Correct? For example, my dear friends, I'm speaking to all of you. I'm using a language of English. In between, I'm using some Hindi. Right? There is a language of communication. I would love to ask all my intelligent Rotarian friends, what is the language of the mind? Which language does our mind understand? Can you put it on the chat? What does our mind understand? Which language? Can you put it in the chat? Someone of you, just click that chat button and just type it on the space available. I'll be very happy now, because you are in Lagos, I am in Kerala. Good. Yes. The language of the mind is images. The language of the mind is drawing. Yes. The language of the mind is images. The language of the mind is not emotion. For example, I love you. The mother tells to the daughter. Love is an emotion. I love you is English. If the mother has to speak in Hindi, तो mother कैसे बोलेगी? मैं आपसे बहुत प्यार करती हूँ. Right? For example, I am in Kerala. So we speak a language that is called as Malayalam. So here the mama will say, ഞാൻ നിന്റെ അടുത്ത് വളരെ കൂടുതൽ സ്നേഹിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. The language of the mind is basically images. It's images. So it's very important for, right, communication with the self is to create good positive images. I'll not take much of your time, but we will wind up this session with a little bit of meditation. For example, if I say early morning sunrise, the moment I say early morning sunrise, that audio will come to your mind and your mind will create an image. Early morning sunrise. And early morning sunrise is red in color. So my dear friends, research says that, okay, you cannot go out of the home because it's a lockdown situation. But doctors do agree that for increasing your immunity power, vitamin D is required, and vitamin D is sunlight. So what you can do is, sitting at your home sweet home, through your mind, if you can see the early morning sunrise in red in color, and if you can see those vibrations of red color coming to you, your brain would start releasing vitamin D. Please refer Dr. Kalam's research. Thoughts gets converted to matter, gets converted in neuropeptides, gets communicated to 50 to 60 trillion cells of the body. So whatever we are thinking and whatever images we are creating, actually, I'm communicating to my own body. Think good, think positive. Your brain would start releasing happy hormones, endorphins, enkephalins. The moment I fear, it starts generating cortisols. So it's all our mind, my dear friends. And in today's context, this content is very, very important. Okay. Having said this, the question is, then what exactly is meditation? When I say my mind, the most important is, who am I? You know, pre-COVID situation, post-COVID situation, there's a very wonderful paradigm shift. Pre-COVID situation, when we Rotarian friends meet each other, we used to ask, how are you? We used to ask very smilingly, how are you? But post-COVID situation, if there is any meeting, instead of asking, how are you? These days we are asking, who are you? Because in India, people put mask, and many people in a virtual Zoom Rotary meeting, they will wear a mask. So we are asking, hello, who are you? Who are you? Because sometimes the mobile name is given. The name of the individual is not given. So the whole paradigm shift has done from how are you to who are you. That's very, very important. So when I say my mind, the question is, who am I? And this is the first step of meditation, understanding the self. So when you look at the mirror, my dear friends, it's a journey. In the childhood, we're all small kids, innocent, pure. Slowly, as we move ahead, there have been changes in ourselves. So the changes is happening at the physical domain. But who am I? We always have been telling our students, you should have a lot of self-confidence, self-motivation, self-control. But self hai kya? So the full form of self is very interesting. It is source of energy in light form. Source of energy in light form. Yes, we are all point of light, point of energy. This is what the research in quantum dynamics says, where physics ends, metaphysics starts. And why this understanding of the self, that I am an energy, is required in today's context. Because in physics, we know energy can neither be created nor destroyed. And today, the greatest amount of fear that people have in my interaction, it was pre-COVID, and even after post-COVID, it is the fear of death. The fear of death. But the moment I understand that I, the being part, is a twinkle, twinkle, little star, eternal, indivisible, indestructible, slowly we start coming out from the fear of death. So what should be the action plan, my dear friends? Action plan should be a shift from human doing to human being. Yes, we have been doing many things. I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. But while we are doing everything, we should always remember the being part of it. We'll see with a small slide and take a 3 to 4 minutes of meditation, right? Yes. I'm a twinkle, twinkle little star, that energy. Yes, we are all doing multitasking. We have to do so many work. Thanks to the ladies at home. Thanks to all of you working at home. But while we are doing, remember that self, that I am that being part. And being is, I am peaceful, I'm loveful, and I am powerful. I, the being, is peaceful. I, the being, is loveful. And I, the being, is powerful. I will not take much of your time, but since I was speaking about military and the paramilitary forces, I thought I'll share you some photographs. Now, this was one of the sessions that I was taking in India, and this is called as NSG. In India, the most elite police forces we have is called as the NSG, the National Security Guards. They are also called as a Black Cat Commandos. In India, whenever there is a terrorist activity, these NSG commandos are sent to that place. Some years before, when Mumbai was burning, you might have seen these Black Cat Commandos in the Indian aircraft helicopters directly coming to the Taj Hotel in Mumbai. So these energies are very, very highly trained, precision, and with a lot of technical gadgets, physically very strong, mentally very robust. So I was taking a session to them at the NSG hub. The headquarters is 20 kilometers from Delhi. And this is where all I was speaking about to the NSG commandos along with the family members. What I was telling them is, now this message is very important. I was not there to give them any technical training because they're much, much more strong than what I could ever imagine. They're very competent in running the machines, the stain guns, the gadgets, everything. But the DRDO and the Global Hospital sent me there for the emotional empowerment. So I suggested them only one thing. My dear wonderful stars, you are a real star, but you need to have a shift from role consciousness to real consciousness. 3 emotions is very important. I, the being, is very peaceful. I, the being, is very loveful. and I, the being, is very powerful. Right? This is your actual swadharma, your innate qualities. Now you need to understand where you have to use these emotions. When you're with your colleagues, when you're with your buddies, so I, the being, is very peaceful. That awareness should be there. The moment you come to your home sweet home, the moment you hook your energy black cat commando dress onto the hook, you need to understand that now your role is changed. You're playing the role of a father, you're playing the role of a son, you're playing the role of a husband, you're playing the role of a brother. Now you should not come with that awareness that I am an energy commando. You should come with an awareness that I, the being, now in home sweet home, I am very, very loveful. From that role, you should come to that real consciousness, because your role at the home sweet home is a different role. And the moment you get an emergency call that you are asked to report for a terrorist activity, at that time, I, the being, is a very, very powerful being. So this awareness of the self is the first step of meditation. I'm sure in case if you're interested to learn meditation, at the end of 3 minutes of meditation, I would request, with your permission, Rotary President Chandraji, that Sister Gautami can thank every one of you and also tell them how to join the meditation classes if anybody is interested. Because the Brahma Kumaris and the Rotary Club enjoy a very wonderful harmonious relation across the globe, because both of them have got a joint objective to make this world a better place. And the most important thing is both the Rotary and the Brahma Kumaris, they have a frequency of universal consciousness. And I consider myself very, very lucky being a part and parcel of the Rotary as well as the Brahma Kumaris. Having said this, last 3 minutes to understand this technique of meditation, we will start communicating with the self of peace, love, and power. So this is the technique of meditation where you make yourself very strong and powerful, right? Okay. And our vision is, can we make this world a better place to live? And the best social service that we can do right now, my dear friends, is in India, it's very difficult for us to go out and do some program because we have to get a government protocol, we have to get a license, we have to get a permission. Even if you have to travel, you have to get an e-pass. So I think in present day's context, I've been interacting with many of our Rotarian friends that even we cannot organize a pulse polio program because you have to take a government permission. But the best thing that we can do is making ourselves emotionally strong and powerful and radiating these vibrations of peace, love, happiness across the globe. So I feel the time demands right now to also do this kind of a service through beautiful, positive emotions. So having said this, I welcome all of you. I appreciate your presence. Last 2 or 3 minutes of meditation. Can I request all of you to sit straight? Thank you. Thank you for your unsolicited attention. So let's meditate, my dear friends. Enable, enrich, engage, and let's empower ourselves. So I'll play a light instrumental music, some images to you. And the moment we keep on seeing these images, it will empower our mind, okay? So thank you very much. Can you hear the music? If you hear the music, you raise up your hand. If you cannot hear it, okay. Just thank you. Thank you for your response. Okay, I'll play it once again. I'll share the computer sound and then we'll play. Okay, thank you. In Zoom, this is very important. If you have to play a video, you have to share the computer sound. Okay, right. Now are you able to hear the music? In case, thanks. So the light instrumental music helps our mind to relax. Relax yourself, friends. See this wonderful image. I radiate light from within me. I am eternal, indivisible, indestructible. I am a divine energy. At the center of the forehead, a sparkling point of light. I radiate positive energy. I'm feeling very light and easy. My mind, my emotions are relaxed, easy. I'm very happy. My childhood sweet memories. No fear, no stress, but full of happiness and joy. Once upon a time, I was like this. I'm completely free from my past. Whatsoever has happened has happened. I put a full stop. I awaken myself to a new freedom, realizing that I'm different from this body. My caste, creed, my religion, my gender, my nationality is all physical consciousness, temporary. But I'm different. I enjoy this emotional freedom. I am light. I have this universal consciousness. Because in this world, everyone a sparkling point of light with different costume. Having understood this, I spread the rays of positive energy to the entire world. This inner light helps me to lead a balanced life. I'm special, I'm unique, and actually, I'm magical. I'm pure and I'm peaceful. My religion is purity and peace. I'm grateful for every experiences I have had. Some pleasant, some unpleasant. But every experience has enriched me, enlightened me. I'm full of peace and stability. Although the situations are very tough and as hard as rock, but still I can bloom like a flower, radiating the fragrance of peace, love, happiness all across the nature. I'm safe, I'm secure, and I'm serene. I am an embodiment of unconditional love. These are my own inner values and virtues. I'm abundant. I'm blessed. I'm so good. I'm gentle, kind. I'm caring. I'm blessed with divine values, which helps me to maintain harmony in managing many challenges. There is always a way, and I'm hopeful things would become good one day. I'm always divinely guided and protected. I thank the Almighty for this wonderful, beautiful life, for this wonderful, beautiful day. Thank you. Namaskar. Great pleasure interacting with all of you. Thanks for your valuable time. My prayers to the Almighty God to wish you, your family members, your kids with good health, wealth, happiness, and certainly lots of success. I request with the permission of Rotarian Chandraji, if our sister Gautami can tell everybody if they are interested to learn meditation. Can I take your permission, Rotarian Chandraji? Thank you. Over to you, Gautami sister, because I would love to acknowledge her presence. I would acknowledge her role in getting me connected to Lagos, getting me connected to Nigeria, and connected me to this beautiful Rotary Club. I wish you all the best. Over to you, Sister Gautami ji.
Thank you, Swaminathan Bhai. Bhai means brother. Our divine brother has really given a nice, insightful, and essential presentation. Maybe it is the call of time. It's a call of heart of everyone. And it's absolutely a relevant message that we need to practice now. And for today, in Bharat, everyone is celebrating Sharad Purnima. It is a festival of full moon day. And people experience a beautiful harmony of sharing sweets and music. They dance in the moonlight. So may the moonlight in its fullness be in your life, the light of peace, happiness, love, purity, and all the godly powers be with you. And yes, as brother said, meditation is very easy to learn, because when we learn meditation, we become an easy person. Though the situations are difficult, but we become easy and we remain constantly easy, though we may be busy. So here, it's a very easy task, and it comes in a module of 7 days format from the coming Monday. That is from day after tomorrow. We are starting a meditation course, an online course in English. You may please join. I think I will send the invitation, the link and all to Chandra Ben, and Sister Chandra can share to all those who are interested. Time will be just almost at this time, but a couple of hours before. And if you're interested, you might please join. And this is a technique
Gautami,
of mind. Hanji.
One thing, how much the Rotarians have to pay for this? Because they're already busy with, they have to do so many projects now. So you need to give a little discount for them.
Yes, it is very costly, because when it comes to mind, it's your life. And the most valuable thing that is there in your hands is time. So your time is your investment.
Yes, yes. So that's so sweet of you. So you need not pay anything. It's absolutely free of cost. And Sister Gautami has been a part of the Brahma Kumaris in Lagos. So she'll be too kind enough. But as she rightly said, the time is the greatest investment. So thank you, Gautami Ben. Over to you, Rotarian Chandraji.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you, and a big thank you to a wonderful man with a wonderful presentation. To say a big thank you, I want us to give him a round of applause for this wonderful presentation.
Thank you, Rotarian Prince Ji. Thank you.
Hope you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Thank you very much. And, okay, and just like he said, so all those who will be willing to participate in the 7 days program can contact our opportunity president so that she can hook you up. So before we go into the question and answer section, we'll use a simple model. If you have a question, you can just raise up your hand in the chat room so I can call on you to ask your question. So once you raise up your hand there, I will call on you to ask a question. While we are waiting for people to indicate their interest in asking questions, I want to recognize the following people who are guests, special guests who have joined us from outside and outside the country and within the country. The first one is Rotarian Vasant Chandra. We also have Rotarian HG Parek from District 3190. We also have Rotarian BK Kamlesh from London. We have Sister Guatami. We have Rotarian Vivek Sharma from District 9125. And we also have Rotarian BK Gitanjali from India. So we thank you all for participating, for joining us in this special seminar. So over to you. Let me call on those who have indicated interest in asking questions. Just a second. Do we have anybody? Any questions from you? I've not seen anybody indicating. Or we are still meditating? Are we still meditating and trying to absorb what our presenter has said? Or we are trying to reset the mind? We are trying to reset the mind. The mind is calm. I'm awaiting any question for him. Sir, you can see that your presentation.
Sir asked a very wonderful question. What is the most easiest way to be calm? Be calm. Okay. That's a very wonderful, beautiful question, sir. I appreciate your question. Maybe what we have been trying to do is this peace, tranquility, and calmness. We are always trying to find it outside. You know, there's a very wonderful story in India which speaks about, there was a monastery where a monk was telling his disciples that, in case of any stressful situation, you've got two options. Either you fight or you flight. Either you fight or flight. So suddenly there was an earthquake. So all the disciples ran outside. After some time, when the earthquake got subsided, the disciples came inside and they were pleasantly surprised that the head monk was sitting very cool and calm. So the disciples asked this head monk, the teacher, the master, the guru, "Hello, sir, and you should practice what you preach. A couple of minutes before you said that if there is any situation, challenging situation, either you fight or you take a flight. So earthquake, you actually cannot fight. So you have to rush, you have to flight. You have to run away. We all ran, but you were sitting very cool and calm. So what is the secret?" So this head monk said, "Yes, I did really say that fight or flight. In an earthquake, you cannot fight. The only option was to take a flight. You also ran, I also ran. The only difference was you ran outside and I ran inside. I came in inside." So the calmness is actually within us. I'll give you a very practical example, sir. I was doing a training program in the Indian Coast Guard in the eastern part of the country. So the commandant, I was asking the commandant that when do you have this kind of a stressful situation? He said, "When there is a cyclone or a storm, Swaminathan." So I said, "What do you do in case of a cyclone or a storm?" He said that we have to go for rescue operation. I said, "Perfectly right. So is it actually possible for you to rescue for a ship or a boat which is entangled in the cyclone?" He said, "No, we actually cannot do that. We go there just to rescue for it. But we always train them how to be safe and secure." I said, "Can you please share it with me?" He said, "It's very simple, Swaminathan, because whenever a small boat or a ship gets entangled in a cyclone, the usual tendency is to fight the storm and come outside. And 100% we are going to get entangled for that." He said, you might have heard in English, there's a proverb, the eye of the storm is always peaceful. So don't fight with the storm. You go to the eye of the storm, which is always peaceful. Then he told me, technically, it is impossible for a ship or a boat to go to the eye of the storm because it's actually very dynamic in nature and it moves so fast at a very high velocity. But meditation is a mechanism where you have to come to the eye of the storm, which is actually very, very cool and calm. My request to all of you, my Rotary friends who are watching this particular program, the next 24 hours, I would suggest as a good Rotarian friend, whatever happens with the family members, with the kids, with situations all across, don't react. Please increase your reaction time and respond with lots of peace, love, and stability. I would love to wind up with this with a very wonderful dialogue which says, "I have no control of what happens with me. I have no control of what happens with me, but I can take absolute control of what happens within me." What happens within me. My simple, humble suggestion, which I would love to put it across, is the 7 days journey of 7 hours, a huge investment of time. But I think Sister Gautami will slowly tell us the mechanism to remain cool and calm under all adverse situations. I thank you for this question, and I'm sure we have to keep on experimenting on these answers again and again. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. you've answered just as well as you have presented. You can see the questions are coming very few because your presentation was very excellent and very explicit. We are all going to take our time to digest what you have said. Do we still have any other question? While we are waiting for other questions, I also want to recognize the presence of AG Mohammed Dan Hassan from Wuse Central, Abuja, District 9125. Thank you very much for joining us, sir.
Thank you.
Do we have any other question? In the absence of questions, I think we'll
There's
move
one
on.
question, Rotarian
Okay,
Prince.
please go. Okay.
Vanishka, Rotarian Vanishka asked a question. Meditation में मन क्यों नहीं लगता है, sir? 10 minutes is easy, but after that we have to fight. Yes, I do agree. I appreciate this question. That even 10 minutes, if you're doing now, Rotarian Vanishka ji, I would love to congratulate you. I would love to acknowledge to you, because 10 minutes is too good a time. Yeah. Sometimes people have a problem in getting stable even for a 1 minute. So 10 minutes, I would love to congratulate you. So what happens basically is, slowly it comes by practice. For example, when you're driving a two-wheeler or a four-wheeler, it takes a little bit of time. But after you achieve this particular skill, and then driving becomes a pleasure. The same thing with your mind and intellect. So what you do is, just by constant practice, and not just by practice of meditation, it should be coupled with a meditative lifestyle. Right from morning till evening, whichever karmas we are doing, whichever work we are doing, if you are in that awareness of peace, love, and stability, meditation will actually become very, very simple. So I would request you to please continue the practice that you are having. And then if you still want to know more about it, you can contact Sister Gautami and have a heart-to-heart conversation with her. She will actually understand what is the situation which you are facing, and she may give you a better suggestion or advice. Thank you for that question.
Thank you very much, sir. I will always keep on saying thank you. You know, as a listener, when you are excited and satisfied with the presentation, you only but say thank you and keep nodding your head. Yes, so I believe if there are further questions, we can reach you through the lady who is in Lagos and through our opportunity president. So we'll move on to the next item 13, which is our usual practice here, that we announce and celebrate with our birthday celebrants and those who are celebrating their anniversaries. So I will call on Rotarian Mukol Banawat to help us announce these celebrations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, just a second. Sorry?
Yes. Can I come in, moderator?
Okay, so sorry, just before we do that, before we go for the birthday, we want to present an award to you. So I think over to our opportunity president to present our appreciation award to you, sir, for your wonderful presentation. So madam, over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. My guest speaker, it was really what do you say? I don't have anything to say, because you had taken to all parts of the world. In India, south to north, you had taken, and you went to Albert Einstein. As I said in my speech, you will go to science and touch geography. Yes, you have started with science. Emotion you changed as energy in motion. That is science. Again, Einstein. He's my favorite scientist. And also Abdul Kalam, late Abdul Kalam. So all this one is, and we all should be graduate in Be Calm. So you have given us the enlightening graduation we need to do for this tenure, that we should all hold a degree, Be Calm. So thank you so much, sir. So this is our from our club, Rotary Club of Lagos Pamguru Estate, Appreciation Award presented to BK Rotarian Dr. E.V. Swaminathan as an online guest speaker on this day, that is 31st of October 2020. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for
Thank you. I really thank you very much for this wonderful gift. Thank you. Namaskar.
All right.
Over to you, moderator.
All right. Thank you once more again, sir. and kindly accept, just like